The story begins on a quiet morning when I decide to explore my local community in a way I have never done before. For years, I passed through the same streets, the same parks, and the same stores without paying much attention. Everything felt ordinary because I saw it every day. But on this particular morning, something inside me changes. I choose to walk slowly, look carefully, and listen deeply. I want to discover the hidden gems that have been right in front of me all along. My first discovery happens near the edge of the neighborhood. I find a small alley covered in colorful murals. I never noticed it before because I usually drive past this area. The paintings show scenes of daily life, local myths, and landscapes from long ago. An older artist sitting nearby tells me that these murals were created by residents to celebrate the community's history. I learn new English words such as vibrant patterns, local heritage, artistic expression, and neighborhood pride. The alley feels alive with color and memory. A few blocks away, I stumble upon a tiny bakery that I have never entered. The smell of warm bread fills the air as a friendly woman invites me in. She explains that her family has run this bakery for 3 generations. Each recipe carries a story passed down through time. I taste a soft pastry filled with sweet cream and learn vocabulary like traditional recipe, freshly baked, homemade filling, and family secret. I realize that small businesses often hold beautiful stories hidden behind simple doors. The next day, I continue my exploration with a sense of curiosity and openness. I head toward a part of town that I rarely visit. The first place I discover is a small workshop tucked behind a row of homes. Through the open door, I see a man carving wooden figures with delicate precision. He welcomes me inside and explains that he creates handcrafted objects inspired by local wildlife. I learn new vocabulary such as wood carving, detailed craftsmanship, natural materials, and artisan tradition. I watch him shape a small bird with movements that are slow, steady, and full of meaning. A short walk later, I reach a hidden walking path that follows a narrow stream. The sound of flowing water blends with the rustling of leaves overhead. This path connects 2 neighborhoods, but very few people know about it. Along the way, I see wildflowers, tall grasses, and small wooden signs that describe local plants. I learn words like rippling stream, native species, footpath trail, and quiet escape. I feel as though I have entered another world, even though I am still in the heart of my community. Further along, I discover a tiny cultural house run by local elders. The building is simple, but the interior is filled with old photographs, handmade tools, and stories that capture the community's past. An elderly woman explains how traditions were kept alive through festivals, crafts, and music. I learn vocabulary such as ancestral memory, preservation, oral history, and cultural identity. Listening to her stories helps me appreciate the depth of history hidden within everyday surroundings. On the 3rd day of my journey, I decide to search for hidden gems that reveal the heart of community life. My first stop is an old warehouse that has been converted into a creative studio. Inside, painters, musicians, and writers work side by side. The walls are covered with sketches, poems, and handmade crafts. A young musician explains that the studio offers free workshops to anyone who wants to learn an art form. I learn vocabulary such as creative hub, open studio, artistic spirit, and collaborative space. The energy in the room feels inspiring. Next, I find a small outdoor market tucked between two apartment buildings. Vendors sell fresh produce, homemade jams, handcrafted jewelry, and handmade soaps. Families walk through the aisles enjoying conversation and local music. One vendor explains that the market was created to support local farmers and creators. I learn words such as seasonal produce, locally sourced goods, artisan crafts, and community marketplace. The atmosphere feels warm and welcoming. A little later, I discover a quiet reading corner near a large oak tree in the park. A wooden shelf filled with free books stands beside it. A sign reads, "Take a book, leave a book." A park volunteer tells me that many residents place books here to share knowledge with others. I learn vocabulary such as book exchange, shared resources, community learning, and open library. I sit under the tree and read a few pages of a novel someone left behind. My final discovery is a small community hall where people gather each evening for activities. I see dance classes, cooking sessions, language practice groups, and music rehearsals. A coordinator explains that this hall belongs to everyone, and anyone can start a club or join an activity. I learn terms such as communal space, local engagement, group participation, and shared experiences. Watching people laugh, learn, and support one another fills me with appreciation.